Oh.
Almost.
Oh, come on. Pick it up and drop it on the... Yes, that was good. Welcome back to the Zach Winger Show, the best podcast in the world.
Whoop.
Today, I'm here with a very, very special guest that's near and dear to not only my heart, but many, many, many people's hearts. I'm lucky to call a friend, Christian Schmitz.
You're a sweetheart.
How are you?
Super sweet. I'm honored to be here.
I'm honored to have you.
I'm honestly proud of you for doing this and expressing yourself and being the coolest person ever. So,
There's a lot come from you, pal.
thank you.
Can we cheers these bad
Yeah,
boys?
cheers. We're one beer in.
Mm-hmm.
This is the first one. I've never had a summer shandy in my life.
Dude, it's so good. It's the best. I want.
What is it? What is it supposed to taste like? What's the?
It's a little. It's like a normal light beer with like a little bit of lemon flavor.
It looks orangey.
It is.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
The color of it. Well, not the taste, but lemon flavor. They're not like ice cold. How I'd ideally have them, but
I like ice
pretty
cold.
yummy.
Do you ever get nervous to like start the podcast? You ever like nervous like having somebody come into your house and then you start talking about stuff on the podcast?
No, not about that, but I get a little bit awkward like at the very start. Like, what's the first thing I'm gonna say? But everything else.
What is up, guys? What's going on? Dude, I feel like I'd be
everything else is
nervous.
easy. Mm-mm.
I feel like I would be like I was a little nervous coming in here. I was like, oh, I might sound like a dork. You know? I've never been on a podcast before. This
Dude,
is
it's
cool.
your first one.
This is my podcast virginity, dude.
Ooh, I'm taking it from you.
You're taking it, dude. That was really like predatory.
I'm taking it from you.
No, dude, I'm honored to be here
I'm glad you're here.
with my good buddy Zach Winger on the Zach Winger Show.
We kind of go way back.
We
at
do
this
go way
point.
back.
Also, need to quit moving back and forth because now
It's gonna sound
it's
goofy.
funny, but
You're gonna like.
that'll be fine.
I'm cool with
Keeps it
that.
authentic. What's new?
Did you hear that? You guys can't see what happened, but I was drinking out of my bottle and it made a perfect pop noise, dude.
Do it again.
I can't do it again. I can't remake it. Hold on.
That was a once in a lifetime. Nope.
No, it's weak. It's weak. What would you ask? I'm sorry.
I just asked, what's new?
What's new? I'm kind of like a bum right now. It's kind of nice.
Yeah,
I quit my job, so I'm unemployed.
How come?
You know what I'm saying? No, it just wasn't for me. It was a sales job,
Yeah.
and I'm not a seller. I'll tell you what, I'm not good at selling.
Really?
I love talking, and I feel like you have to be a different breed of person to be good at sales, and I'm just not that. I'm not a closer. You know what I'm saying? You have to like.
Oh, yeah.
It's so hard. People are really weird about their money, understandably.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm just not the guy to be like, hey, give me $1 million. You know? Everybody that I worked with was insanely good at what they do, but it was just like, you gotta have to know how to get over rejection and like being told no and not take it personally.
Yeah.
And that was kind of hard for me because
What were you selling?
I was selling advertising. So like digital advertising, radio advertising, billboards, like 2 companies.
Oh, hey, can you not do that with the Bobcat, man? You're messing with
Yeah, dude, I'm making noise, dude. I'm fidgeting.
No, it's all right. I caught myself doing that a lot in the first one.
I fidget, dude. It's a little nervous tick.
Hey,
You know?
just
The
cool
second
down.
you hit record, I kind
Don't
of
be
like,
nervous.
man.
I fuck with you.
Man, you're a sweetheart, dude. No, it was just not what I wanted to do. You know, as I was getting paid like more than I'd ever been paid in my life, and I was like, this is so cool.
Yeah, but that's not what you want.
No, dude, and
Hey, money doesn't buy happiness.
it buys beer.
Yeah, and beer makes you happy.
Beer makes me happy. No, it was just I was the only person under the age of like 40.
Oh.
And they all had kids, and there was just a disconnect between me and everybody else. So it was kind of a hard transition. But right now I am bumming, and I'm working on Ethan and I's next show.
Yes.
So we're doing that. Spoiler!
Yeah.
Spoiler!
You heard it here first.
You heard it here first. Actually, I haven't really talked to anybody about this, but that's been taking up most of my life. So I'm kind of glad that I quit my job.
You got some
when I
time
did.
to nice. That's nice to be in a position where you can
I can just chill.
just focus on the art. Yeah, Nice. I'm already excited for it. I think about your guys' show like pretty often.
That's so sweet.
And I like that you guys are still like rolling out
Mm.
pictures of pictures of the art from the show. Is that cowl painting still available, by the way?
It is actually. I think somebody was talking to Ethan.
I'd love to buy it.
Like 2 weeks ago. You should
Once I
talk to
get some
Ethan. I'm sure he would.
I'm gonna steal it from him.
You should. I'm sure he would love that. No, I think somebody was talking to him recently about buying it, but I'm not sure if it's a. So you should like hit him up. He would love that.
Tell me about. Well, I already know, but
Mm-hmm.
pretend I don't know about baggy jeans.
Baggy jeans.
What is baggy jeans? What does it mean to you?
Okay.
Everything I need to know about.
Yeah, like you're a stranger.
Yeah.
I got you. So baggy jeans, 2 years ago, because this was our second show.
Dude, they're messing up the audio.
No, my cousin and I, my best friend Ethan, decided to have an art show, and it was interesting because we went to. It was like an entrepreneur fair at Ivy Tech before our first art show, and I went there and I noticed that like there was a really big audience of people. And this, I don't know if this sounds like shady, but a lot of the people there were trying to get a grade, like it was for a class.
Oh yeah.
You know, and so I was genuinely interested in like what they were. You know, all the students had stands, they all had projects they were working on, and I was interested. I was like, this is super cool, and I was asking them questions, and there was like 100 people in the building, and I was like, oh, what is this for? Like I was super excited.
How were you there? Like,
I was there. My aunt was actually in that class,
Okay,
so that's
I
the
got
reason
you.
I was there. Yeah. And so
Why were you there?
I was there. I was checking it out. You know, I'm an entrepreneur. I was super excited.
I was like, you just stumbled into this like.
You're like, why are you there?
Event. Yeah.
But so I asked him, and like 2 of the people I asked were like, dude, I don't really know. Like it was for a grade.
Oh my god.
And like this, you know, this kid was selling shoes, like custom shoes that he made. It was his own brand, and he couldn't tell me anything about it. I was like, come on, dude. I was disappointed. That is not to shade anybody there. I'm just saying it like lit a fire under me afterwards because I called Ethan immediately. I was like, dude, 100 people showed up to this thing, and I couldn't get anybody to talk to me about anything. And I was like, we need to have a show. And so
That's
it
awesome.
just, dude, so the first year, the first show was about the present, our family, and our relationships.
Mm-hmm.
And how they impact us. Because I feel like the only reason we make art is for other people, you know, and I think the only reason we have thoughts to make anything is because of the influence that other people have made in our lives. Mm-hmm. So, well, Ethan and I, I'm not saying that's the truth, I'm just saying Ethan and I both feel that way, you know? So for our first show, we rented the space. We pretty much paid everything out of pocket. Like, we rented the space, we paid for parking, like we got parking, liquor licenses, we got licenses,
that was awesome.
we did everything, and then we were super blessed, dude, because
I got
there was
pretty hammered at the first show.
yeah, dude, it was sick.
Not
Yeah, we
like
forgot to
hammered.
sell water at the first show, so we were only selling beer. It was bad. We sold water at the second show. We actually just gave the water away for free at the second show because we're not gonna pay people make people pay to get water. But the first show, we were super, super blessed because in our heads, we were like, well, there's going to be like maybe like 80 people, mm-hmm. like our family is going to show up, and then like our close friends, and then like that's enough. Like, that's so cool. Like, mm-hmm. if 10 people show up, like, that is so sick.
Yeah.
And we got to work on something that we love and had a reason to make things for 8 months. Like, that's why we wanted to do it. And then so we didn't want to disappoint ourselves, so we kept our expectation like super low.
Yeah.
And then I remember the day of, there's actually like videos and photos of it, but we didn't look outside for 3 hours before the show started.
Oh shit.
Because we didn't want to see how many people were outside.
Oh shit.
And I don't know, I don't know if you were there at the beginning. Were you there right when
open?
So, you know, there was like a bunch of people outside.
Yeah.
And so we weren't expecting that. So when I opened the door, dude, Ethan and I both started crying.
Yeah.
Like, it was so hard to kind of understand like why everybody was there, and understand that like people,
they're there for you,
loved us enough to just, I mean, it's not really about like what we hang on a wall. It's just kind of like
the connections you have.
Yes,
and
dude.
the
It's so
impact
cool.
you make. Yeah, dude, that's awesome.
They didn't care about that.
That's a really powerful thing to have. Like,
Mm-hmm.
if you didn't know before then, if you still don't know now, like, you do have like a huge impact.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you specifically,
Thank
but
you.
then like anybody in the world can realize like that you actually can make a difference,
Mm-hmm.
even if it is only 5 people or 1 person or 100 people or whatever. Like, people were car squeaking outside.
I'm locked in.
People are going out of their way to like see something that you made.
Mm-hmm. Which I still can't really wrap my head around, you know?
Some people drove. I drove half an hour for that.
You did. You did.
Yeah.
And I had family come in from like Texas.
Oh wow!
And they didn't
That's
even tell
awesome.
me, and I was just like,
Holy shit!
yeah, dude. And it makes me emotional talking about it, and it brings me. And after that show, I haven't really told anybody this, but Ethan and I, after the show was over, because we had roughly like 400 to 500 people show up, and so
Holy shit.
to the first show, and then
That's
I remember after the show we had to get everything out of the building.
The
that
same
night.
Yeah.
So we got done at like 4 a.m.
Oh, shit.
and Ethan and I went to Taco Bell, and just like sat in the drive-through parking lot, like on the ground, just like crying.
Dude, that's awesome.
Because we didn't know what to like.
That's like a movie moment.
It was.
That's like the end of it. That's awesome.
And I'm so glad. And I know Ethan will listen to this later, but like I'm so glad it's Ethan, because that dude. I'm not saying this to get like corny or cheesy, but like that dude is literally he pretty much like saved my life, because that dude is my best friend of all time. Like, he just gets
That's
me,
awesome.
you know? And I think I've never met somebody that thinks so alike me. Like, I don't even know that's the right. Think so alike me. We think so alike, but our ideas are totally different.
Interesting.
And it's so cool. That's why we never make art pieces together. Like, we never make collaborative pieces. We just have it in the same room. And it's like, our ideas for the show line up perfectly. Like, we just kind of bounce off each other, and it's perfect. We bounce on each other. Pause.
No, I can tell from stuff in the show, like exactly what you just said. Like, they're not collaborative, but they do kind of like work well together.
They make sense in the same.
It's like towards the same, like, somewhat common goal. So, yeah, dude, that's awesome. I was emotional too when I was in there. Like, I was crying. I cried twice.
I remember you told me.
Yeah, because I was just walking around, like, before I'd even seen, like, I'd seen, like, maybe, like, a quarter of the art so far, just making my way around, and I started crying, and I came up to you, and I was like, dude, this is awesome.
And I remember that.
I could not believe you were doing it.
I remembered that. It was
awesome.
I thought
so
about that
happy
for
for
so
you.
long, dude.
I was so happy for you.
Thank you.
It was just cool, like...
I hate, like,
don't know,
talking about it.
made me
I
cry.
I was low-key scared whenever you asked me to be on the podcast, because I was like, I'm going to have to talk about art. Like, I know I will. And I know that's why Ethan didn't want to, because he, which is understandable, he gets very anxious about, like, because we don't want to, like, sound too serious. And we don't want to, like, because we just kind of let the art speak for itself. But it's really hard to, like, it's hard for me to speak seriously about what I make, because it's really about why people are there. You know, I think people being there is like what the art show is, and not really what I make.
It's an experience. You know? It's not.
Yeah.
I got you. You don't have to talk seriously about it at all. This isn't.
Oh yeah. I just know that, like, I have to give somewhat of an answer. You know, but yeah, it's an art show. We've had 2 years, and we're making our third one, which should be in September.
Oh shit.
So, I'll tell you right now. So the first show was about our present lives, like our family, our friends.
Can I guess the second one was about your childhood?
It was about our past. So guess what the third one's going to be about?
The future.
The future.
How you gonna, well, I don't know if this you want to discuss publicly.
Oh, I can.
But how do you even begin to think about that? Like, what does that look like?
The main theme is death. Dying. We have two very, very different views on dying and death, and that idea, death itself, is extremely terrifying to me. So
me
scary.
Too. That's like my number one thing I'm scared of.
And I was going to talk to you about something recently that just happened, and I think about you a lot, actually, when it comes to this scenario. It was like 2 months ago. They thought I had a tumor on my brain.
Oh my
God.
God.
So I was getting my eye checked. Like, I was just going to my optometrist, and I was like, yeah, I'm having a weird thing when I look left. Like, my eye hurts kind of when I look left.
You went to the eye doctor because of that?
I've never had eye issues, ever. Like, I've never had to. And so he was like, yeah, we have to go get you an MRI, like on your brain. And I was like, and he's like, and it has to be 3 weeks from now. So you can't get it. You know, it's the worst.
Yeah.
Dude, just being told that, horrifying.
Scary, yeah.
And then I think of you all the time with your battle with cancer and what you went through. And like, I don't know how you stayed positive. You know, like, I seriously look up to you so much in the way that, like, dying, like, that shook my whole world. Like, just thinking about that and thinking of the possibility that my life could change in 3 weeks and that, like, I, you know, like, everything that I'm doing now could end.
Like, what if
horrifying.
What if they were to tell you, like, the tumor's bad? And
yes, or I have one.
Even the thought, yeah.
I got an MRI and they were like, oh, it's just something with your sinuses. So, like, it was, like, nothing bad at all. But, like, those 3 weeks, dude...
Oh, like, dude, yeah.
Dude,
it's so
and so
every single day.
I thought about you that whole time. I was like, I can't even imagine, like, being told that it is cancer or that it is...
Dude, yeah. I talked a lot with Katie Watts on the last episode about, like, my... Pretty much, like, the whole timeline, but I didn't talk about when I got... So I had kind of an opposite. Usually the U.S. medical system is like, all right, you're gonna get the scan, you have to wait like 3 weeks, like you said, and you're like, well, I still have this issue, you just have to wait. Mine was, I felt the tumor, went and get it checked out, and they were like,
instantly, right? They took you in.
Yeah. He was like, you need to get this ultrasound right now. Like, I got an ultrasound the same day.
Oh my god,
which is like crazy.
That gives me chills, dude.
Like right away, he's like, you gotta go. I was like, fuck.
Yeah, dude.
And then I got the phone call. I was like, hey, this looks bad. We're going to need to remove it. And I was like, I'm dead. Like,
that makes my stomach drop, dude.
Dude, I know. I was so fucking nervous, dude. I had to, like, the nurse, I said this in the last episode, but the nurse had to, like, walk me from the room to the parking lot because I was just, like, shaking. But
I remember you posting about it, like, when you found out that it was cancerous. And,
it was like...
Yeah, but like, I just remember it being such, like, a normal sounding... It was on your story too, like you were just talking about it. And I remember you sounding so like nonchalant about it, not in like a. I remember talking to you, and you would be posting. You'd be like, "Hey, like the cancer wasn't even gone, but you're just like it's you know we made it through the first round of chemo," and you were just talking, and I was like, "This is the craziest thing I've ever seen," because I know I can never be like that. You know, like even a small instance where it wasn't even like positive that I had cancer, like there was a small chance, I was still like freaking out, dude. I was losing my mind.
Yeah.
So you inspired me in a way that I feel like nobody really has when it comes to death. It's like you embraced it, and I know your personal battle was probably way different than what you posted on your Snapchat story. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I
understand that, but I think the way that you dealt with it and communicated to others about it was insane. Like, that is so cool.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I tried to make it as least, like, scary for everybody as possible. But I also figured, like, if I'm going to go through something terrible, like, I might as well make the most of it.
Yeah.
Or, like, I don't know. If my time was going to go, then I want to... I don't know. At least, like, end on a positive note, which sounds like super dark. Like,
no, seriously.
But in my head, I was like, if I don't make it out of this, I gotta make sure everybody knows I love them. I gotta make sure like that I made the most with the time I do have. And then now that it's gone, like I kind of continued that. Except I'm gonna live forever.
I bet that feeling, dude. I can only imagine.
Dude,
when you like wanted to. No, seriously, I mean every word. I think about that all the time. Seriously, any disease that I have now, I'm like, Zach Winger did it. So I was like, if Zach Winger got through it and he was positive, I was like, then so.
Dude, that's kind of what I was hoping to. Like, if nothing else, then people can at least be like, okay, Zach went through this and stayed positive, so I can go through whatever I'm going through and stay positive as well. So. And
I can speak for myself. Is like a lot of people overlook hearing the message of somebody who's been through it. You know, I did too. Like, I heard you talk about it, and I didn't truly understand until I'm put in that scenario, you know, where I can fear it.
And nobody ever will. Like,
no, you know, and it's anybody can say that they're okay with dying until they're put in a position where they, like I was saying that. I was like, oh, it's fine. If if that's my time to go, then it is.
Exactly, and I tell myself that all the time.
And then it happened, and I was like, I'm not ready. Like, what is going on?
Yeah.
You know? So I think you have a crazy story to tell.
Thanks.
And I think you've impacted my life in a great way, just like knowing you. And I'm not even trying to glaze you right now.
Dude, you're spinning on it.
Seriously, I'm spinning. Dude, you're doing tricks on it right now. Dude, you're a legend, man.
Thank
Seriously,
you.
that is such a cool thing.
Thank you so much.
It is. It's a cool story, you know?
That's kind of why I started this.
Mm-hmm.
Not directly from that, but I do think I have... I really do think I bring some sort of value to... Maybe not like the world, but to the people around me.
Absolutely.
I do think I have a good story to tell. So I hope it doesn't sound like full of myself or whatever, but I think my current reason for still being alive is to make art, make something to connect people or tell my story or whatever the situation might be.
That's beautiful.
But really to put it really simply is to spread like positivity. There's so much negative stuff in the world, like we've all had enough of that. Like you turn on the news and it's like bad thing, bad thing, bad thing, bad thing, bad thing. It's like I don't know. It's all sunshine and rainbows in my world. So
it's just weird. I feel like people are more comfortable talking about the negative than they are with the positive, which doesn't make sense.
It's so weird. And like Instagram comments and shit like that, like
it's
online, it's all negative. It's all negative.
I agree.
So I figured if no one else is gonna do it, then I'll take this upon myself. Not saying nobody else, and I'm the only.
You're actually the only one
in the world. Yeah.
No, you don't have to explain yourself, dude.
Yeah.
I'm the same way. I always I have this weird. Yeah, that was a nice rattle. That was,
you hear the instant replay.
What? Walking. Yeah, that's what you need the soundboard, dude. Yeah. Wait, I'll do it. I'll do the stomach pop. I'm slapping my belly button. Hold on. Dude, I hope the mic is like peaking right now, dude. Yeah. That's so sweet.
We just went from the most positive thing ever.
I'm like, dude, you had cancer. I'm like, dude, you had cancer. That gets 5 big boobs. That's so sick. I love that. Dude, I'm the same way though. It's like every time I speak, I have this weird imposter syndrome that like my words don't hold meaning. Like whenever I try to speak of something serious, like I'm the funny guy that needs to make people laugh, which I'm fine with being, you know, but like I have this weird imposter syndrome, like even being here on this podcast, like saying something serious
like,
is
we
like,
can't take this guy serious.
Like nobody wants to hear that, you know.
No, I don't think that's something obviously it's easy for me to say, but I don't think that's something you need to worry about. Plus, like, if anybody is, this is kind of what I've learned over time too, like, if anyone is gonna be that person who's like, dude, fuck this guy, like, what's he talking about? I can't take it serious. Like, that's on them. That's not
kind of like a loser, you know?
So I don't know. That just has more about them and their life than you and yours. So
true. Well, I'm blessed to know you, Zach Winger, and I'm blessed to be on this podcast. I'm very excited to be on.
I think people can learn a lot from us,
or just talking,
or even have a good laugh or whatever.
A good little laugh,
or even one of the reasons I started this too is so that like people can turn, even if it's the most fucking boring podcast in the world ever, so that people can turn on and like fall asleep to it and like helps them sleep.
Yeah.
So if it's like somewhat beneficial to somebody,
I hope we're not putting people to sleep. Oh. That's why you need a soundboard, dude. Random explosion noises every 30 seconds. What the hell?
That would be good. That'd be pretty good.
That'd be sick.
But as long as this benefits one person's day once, then I think it's done its job. So.
Or I was listening to the other episodes in the car and I was giggling.
Good. That makes me happy.
I was having a good... The one with Caleb was really funny. Yeah. You guys were just talking about beer for the first, 20... It was so good. I saw him at Noble Romans when he was working. I was like, dude, I heard the podcast.
Good.
The Beer Boys! So cool.
That's awesome.
No, then you texted me right after. I was like, man, I'm excited.
Small world, huh?
It was cool.
Yeah. No, that's... Caleb and I talked a lot about, like... he likes to just... enjoy, like, because we're talking about enjoying the little things, and he's like, there's something about like just hanging out and like having some beers with your friends. That is like,
so fun.
It's awesome. Like it's such a small little thing that people are like, this is really what you look forward to. Like that's sad or whatever. Like it's awesome.
No,
like,
I was
hanging
ecstatic.
It's a nice day.
It's pretty outside today.
Sitting here having some summer shandy. This is awesome. We
I
can
love
talk about whatever the fuck we want.
We can talk about whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
awesome.
I love your attitude. I do. That's another thing that I feel like I'm just gonna glaze you this whole entire time. But no, that's one thing I've always loved about how you handle situations. There was a thing that happened last semester. I'm not gonna like go into details about what happened because it's like personal to you.
Yeah.
But I remember it was the first time I had like seen you cry, and you were talking to me, and you started crying, and I for some reason I was like that hit me harder than anybody else that I've seen cry because I just wasn't used to you like being sad.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of people that I know, I just kind of think of you and other people as like entities sometimes. You know, like I see you sometimes and there's like I'm like, dude, this guy's always happy. This guy's always, you know,
always glowing gold behind me.
Yeah, you're floating.
Yeah, I was just about to say, I don't walk, I actually float with a golden face behind me.
But I never, you know, like whenever you show these other emotions, and I'm like, oh, he's just like me.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like a lot of people can relate to that, but it's weird, you know, whenever there's somebody that you don't expect to cry or somebody that you don't expect to. You didn't realize that you were holding them at such a standard beforehand until you're like why was I, you know, like he's just a normal guy that loves people.
Yeah,
so
dude,
I
do love people. I love everybody.
Yeah, you're an entity, bro.
I'm a lover.
You're a lover, not a fighter.
That reminds me of, I don't know if this is directly related, but Al Sheets, who is another great artist and somebody else who I really want to have on the podcast. Mm-hmm. One of the first times before I was friends with them, I had a class with them, and they were like days and days are going by, it's like a normal semester or whatever, don't really talk much, and then we become close friends, and then, like, you know, Zach, like, when I used to first see you in class, like, I'd get annoyed, like, because you're just so damn happy all the time. I was like, what is this guy happy about? Like, every day for, like, a normal class. And this guy's, like, walking in with, like, a smile on his face and laughing at everything. Yeah. I was like, what the fuck's his problem?
I've never understood that. You know what I'm saying? I've never understood that.
I don't think Al actually meant it.
Yeah. I know Al.
But,
it's a word. Yeah.
But there are people who are, like, so just negative, and they're, like, see someone having a good time, they're like, fuck this guy.
Yeah, dude, seriously.
Like, what?
Dude, I know that.
It's so weird.
I've had people tell me
if
that.
If you're
too.
someone like that and you're listening to this, fuck you.
Well, now we're just doing exactly what they're doing. Like, we hate that you're so negative all the time. Yeah. No, dude, I've had that happen to me. I've had people. There was actually a student at USI. I'm not going to say who it is, but I was like, this guy doesn't like me. I could feel it.
Just because you're fucking happy all the time?
Dude. So I was like,
such a silly reason.
I was like, I'm going to ask him. And so I stepped out of the class, and he was like going to the bathroom, and I was like, dude, do you know, I'd never talked to him before. And I was like, do you not like me? Like, I feel like you don't like me. Like, it's so weird. And he was like, yeah, dude, I hate you. Like, he doubled down.
Did he really say that?
He doubled down. And I was like, gotta give him props, though.
I thought you said that as a joke.
No, dude. No. He was like,
dude, I hate you.
He was like, seriously, dude, I hate you. And he goes, he's
my God.
He's like, you're so happy all the time. He's like, it's annoying. He's like, you and I was dating Sky at the time, and he was like, you and Sky are so like happy, and he's like, it's annoying. And you know, and I was like, I had to give him props for like doubling down, you know, like
to your face.
You know, I was just like, okay. And, you know, at that point I was like, all right, man, sorry you feel that way. Like, you know, I was not expecting that, but it's like so real. Like people think that way. You know,
it's so weird.
It's so weird. I can never be that way, dude. You're so happy all the time, it annoys me. Like, dude, he's the villain. He's the main villain. Like, what?
This hates happiness. That's so funny.
I pull up my phone and start playing fart noises. I'm like, don't know what to do. Talk about being uncomfortable, man. I didn't know what to do.
Oh my God, yeah.
What do you say to that? I was just like, okay, man, sorry. Sorry I made you feel that way. Sorry I annoy you. And then I just walked out.
I don't know what I would say, yeah. I'd probably just try to shut it down and move on.
Gotta give him props for, like, follow through, though.
Dude, yeah, if you asked me that, I'd be like, no, like, you're fine. Like,
well, that's usually how it is.
Even if I did, like, dislike you, I'd be like, oh, no, whatever, dude. Like, it's not that serious or whatever. We're cool.
I feel like everybody's just, like, one...
I hate you.
Yeah, dude, he just stuck to it. And I was like, okay. It was so odd. But I...
So fucking happy all the
Dude,
time.
I hate you.
Dude, you were literally just telling me, like, dude, you're so happy all the time. I love it.
What if you were
it's
like,
dude, stop.
Dude, shut up. You are so obnoxious.
Stop being happy.
That's crazy. You're so happy all the time. I wish you would quit. Okay?
I've never, ever heard anything like that.
Yeah, no, I had never seen anything like that until it happened. And then it happened, and I was like, what do I do? And then I had to have class with him for the rest of the semester.
Yeah,
so I was
after
like,
that happened, yeah.
I was like, do I try to talk to him again, or do I? I didn't. Yeah. I was just like, I'm going to leave him alone.
Bother you when someone doesn't like you?
Absolutely.
Me too. It really, really gets to me. Like, and I know it shouldn't, and I know everyone's like, well, you can't please everybody, and not everyone's going to like you, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, it really does get to me. I'm like, I don't know.
I watched a movie the other day. You reminded me of something. Have you seen The Whale?
No, but I've always really wanted to.
Where he's like really big.
I've always really wanted to.
Well, I watched it finally for the first time.
I'm going to watch it tonight.
Go watch it. It's really good. But there's a scene where he's talking about, because he's really insecure about his weight.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's like, I'm a monster, I'm ugly. Like he's going to die.
Yeah.
And he, doesn't care because he's like, nobody really loves me. Like it's kind of like a sad film.
Yeah.
But his thing is his daughter, who he's never seen, he like left her when she was little. She hates him.
Yeah.
So she comes to his house and he like, she's like forced to go over there because he's like helping her with her homework, and she like hates him and will tell him to her face.
Yeah.
And so everybody's like, why do you keep like giving her chances? Like, why do you care so much? And he said something that I was like, dude, this is so real. He's like, I start to think that it's impossible for people not to care. He's like, I feel like people are incapable of not caring. And he thinks that way. And I'm like,
that's awesome.
I don't know. I think that way too. It's like a lot of people can say that they don't care about something and then continue to talk about it for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
It's like they talk about how much they don't care about it for 3 weeks. In the same way of like, you have to be an extreme psychopath to not, like there has to be something mentally wrong with you to, like even if you're like taking someone's life,
like to not care.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
And so, or at least not think about it. And so I like to have that mindset of like, I think people are incapable of not caring.
That's beautiful.
And I will treat it the same way as like I will forgive you 23 times if it means that the 24th time it'll be different.
Yeah. That's awesome.
But it's a cool movie. You should watch it. But he starts talking. It made me tear up. I was like, he's like, I find it hard to believe that people are capable of not caring.
That's
I was like, that's kind of sweet.
That's awesome.
That was kind of a cool. That was a bar.
That
was a bar. I was sitting there. I cried like 3 times. You'll probably cry.
Yeah,
you're like me. You're like me in a way that
I'm
like
a crier.
I didn't cry. I was weeping, dude. I watched it. I was like, man.
Have you ever seen the Peanut Butter Falcon?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Dude, I cried like a fucking.
I know, dude.
I was like, oh,
that movie's so good.
Because he's like the most like the person. Like Shia LaBeouf's character is like the person who would like care about people the least.
Yeah.
But he like finds his friend like slowly starts to care about him all. I'm like, dude, and he's like taking care of him.
That's a beautiful movie.
God damn, dude, yeah, it makes me cry.
That's such a good movie. Good. I remember seeing that for the first time and I cried like 3 times.
Dude, yeah,
it was so
awesome.
good.
It's so good.
He was in a podcast the other day, and
the Zach Winger show.
He was on, the Zach Winger show podcast. I'm so honored to like be the follow up after Shia LaBeouf. You were like, I'm gonna have Shia LaBeouf and then Christian Schmitz. I was like, wow, dude, that's crazy. Well, Barack Obama was before him, so that's crazy.
Yeah.
Dude, he said something though that I like to listen to other people talk and then be like, oh, I love that,
Yeah.
But I was thinking about something he said. He was like, because he was under fire for for like
bad
assaulting his wife, girlfriend. It was Mia Goth. And so he was on a podcast like years after, because he disappeared for a long time because he was in rehab.
He did that movie after all that, right?
Yes.
Or
I think so.
Or did some, either way.
Anyways, he was on a podcast like 2 or 3 years after. And he was talking about the situation because this is the first appearance that he had made since 2022 or something. And he was talking about how he was in rehab, and every Sunday they would have a time where you'd sit in front of everybody and a family member would be on the line and like talk to you on the screen in front of everybody to like check in with you.
So like you're talking to your own family member.
Like you would wait your turn. Yeah. You would wait your turn to like go up to a screen, and they would like, it would be a family day where you get to talk to them on a screen while you're in rehab.
I gotcha.
And he said every week he would wait and go, and then nobody would be on the other line. Like, nobody was there to call
Dude, that
him.
alone, I'd be like, almost made me want to tear up.
Yeah, so, well, he was talking, and he was like, well, nobody was there, and he's like, because, you know, I made a mistake. Like,
Yeah.
I made a really bad mistake, and nobody really supported me. And he's like, I understand why they didn't. You know, I understand why. And he started getting to the point where he told his, the officer or whatever, whoever's in charge of, like, his group, he was like, I don't really want to go on Sundays anymore. Like, I'd rather just stay in my room. Like, I don't want to go. It's embarrassing.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to go out there. And so he skipped a bunch of them. And then one week, his officer was like, hey, somebody's on the line for you today.
Oh, shit.
And he goes in there, and it's Mia, like the woman that he, you know what I'm saying? And he's like, out of everybody in the world, not my mom, not my dad, not any of my family members, it was the woman that I hurt.
Made the mistake.
Yeah, that I hurt. And the woman that, like, the reason that I'm in here right now.
Yeah.
You know, like, and she was like, hey, Shia, like talking to him.
Dude.
And he was like, in that moment, I learned that I'd lived my whole entire life trying to be happy. And he's like, it's not useful to anybody to be happy. He's like, I need to live my life. He's like, I need to be useful. I don't need to be happy. He's like, I need to be useful to other people.
Interesting.
Being useful to other people. He's like, it's not useful to my wife and my kids to indulge in things that make me happy. He's like, it's not useful to spend all of my money gambling in things that make me happy temporarily. He's like, I'm not being useful to anybody. And he's like, I've realized that in rehab, that like all of my actions, my whole entire life, you know, had been with the goal in mind to be happy. And I think about that, and I'm like, am I being useful? Am I? And I had a conversation the day after. I was talking to a friend, and they were like, man, I'm pissed off. Like, people only ask me, like, people only talk to me when they want me to take photos, and people only want to talk to me. And I'm like, dude, you have to think about this. It's like, they trusted you enough to even ask you to take photos.
Yeah, out of all people.
Out of all people, it's like, even if they are using you to take photos, it's like, they thought of you first.
Yeah.
Or second. It doesn't matter. Like, I love the fact that people think of other people. Like, if somebody were to think of me to do that, like, that's so cool.
I love when people are like, I thought of you the other day because I saw this. I'm like,
yes, dude.
That's so, like, heartwarming to me. Like,
yes, it's so. I think that's why, honestly, why we're all alive sometimes, you know? And it hurts my heart whenever I hear people be like, man, they're using me for my talents. They're using me for, and it's like, dude, they believe that you're talented.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's like, that's the best thing somebody can do.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, it's like, they could easily pick somebody else.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, and that's, I don't know, it's just it's like you're being useful to other people.
Yeah, I heard somebody else say something about, this might sound stupid if I'm wrong, but I want to say it was when John Cena
was Hitler when he blew up the White House. It's like something crazy.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it was John Cena on, like, Kaizen's live stream.
Yes, dude!
And he said the same thing about being useful.
Yes.
Okay, so
I watched the same video, and it was like, I was like, dude, that guy is
I'm a human
spinning.
being, and I'm useful, and people, like, I can provide for other people. Like, that's what life is all about.
He was eating a burger or something. He was like, he had like a burger or something. He was just eating it.
I was like,
that guy's a
shit.
legend, too.
That, like, little segment on that show, I was like, holy shit. I was like, that was crazy.
Yeah, dude. And he says it so nonchalant. He's just, like, speaking.
And it's cool, too, because, like, all the other guys in the room, like, normally they're, like, loud and crazy.
They
were silent.
They're
like,
locked
listening, in. Like, when he talks, you listen. Like, it was cool to see. That was a powerful moment.
It's so pretty, dude. It's so beautiful.
Life is beautiful.
Dude, this is my other beer.
Slam it. Should
Hoi!
I grab the other two?
Maybe. Ready?
Oh, yeah, get a good...
Hoi! Oh, my gosh.
Yes!
That was good.
The splash made it better,
I almost
too.
said I squirted on the table a little bit. Got a little squirt on the table. It's
Hey,
okay,
sorry.
man. Your apartment's going to smell like beer.
Hell yeah.
No, but that was my rant. It touched my heart. I was like sitting there looking at my phone at 2 a.m. just kind of like tearing up a little bit.
I've seen the GIF. I don't know if it's UFC.
Yeah, where he's like looking at his
phone. Daniel Cormier on his phone. He's just smiling. He's like in his bed with like the sheets are fully covering him.
Dude, I love stuff like that, dude. Because like what you said earlier, it's like everything's negative. Mm-hmm. And I think Shia LaBeouf has probably one of the biggest, negative influences right now with like how people view him, and they think of him as a terrible person because he did a terrible thing. And it's like he's the last person I would have thought of
as a terrible person.
Or no, he's the last person I would have thought of to like speak knowledge like that, you know. And to see him, you know, it's his first appearance in like 3 years. To say something like that, it's like that's beautiful. That is so cool. And there were tons of people in the comments like, "Don't listen to this guy. He beats women." And I understand that, you know. But it's like, I think true wisdom is being able to hear anybody out no matter their circumstance. Like whatever they're doing, whatever, you know, even if they're the worst person on the earth, if they're like a modern day, you know, whatever, Hitler. Okay, maybe not Hitler. Hitler sucks. Just like anybody, dude. It's like anybody is capable. You can learn from everybody.
Being closed-minded is one of the worst things you could do to yourself. Oh, what the heck?
It just came, dude.
How did that happen? Did
I don't know.
It down pretty hard or not?
I don't think so. My
Did you shake it up?
Shake it up.
Let me get some towels.
Holy moly! My beer went rogue. Yeah, dude. You should try talking from the other room so it sounds funny.
Yeah, I've never done it before, so I hope it sounds.
You think it sounds? You think they can even hear you right
I
now?
hope so.
You think so?
I'm getting a paper towel because Christian spilled his beer.
I spilled my beer.
Also, we are 21 years or older.
We are older than 21. Yeah.
Drinking responsibly.
I just turned 21 a couple days ago, actually.
I'm actually 17, so.
Let me set the scene for you guys, everybody listening.
Yes,
all the lights are off right now, and the door is open or it's not open, but like the blinds are open for his balcony door, and that's the only light we have, and it's kind of beautiful.
Yes, it's daytime.
It's daytime. It's like 4 p.m. On a Tuesday.
Yeah, and we're drinking beer.
That should be the name of.
See, that's what life is all about: drinking beer. The coaster, I don't really care about.
You don't care about the coaster? Look how beautiful these people are, though.
They're having a good time. And you know why? Because they're having beer with their friends.
That's what we're doing.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh, that's what we're doing.
Exactly.
No, dude, how are you? I didn't ask you how you were.
No, it's okay. You didn't ask, so you obviously don't care.
I don't. This is about me.
Yeah. No, I'm pretty good. I want to tell you. I'm glad you asked because I want to tell you this. I finally, like, earlier you said you're being like a bum lately and blah blah.
Yeah.
When I graduated, I took from then until pretty much a week or so ago. Off from making art and just like working all the time, but I stopped making art for a little bit just to take like a creative break. But the other night, and this kind of answers like how I'm doing. The other night, I was falling asleep and I can't fall asleep because I've like 2 really great like art ideas in my head, and I sprung out of bed and wrote it down.
That's so sweet.
Dude, it was so awesome. Like,
yeah.
And it felt so good because for a while I was like, yeah, I'll make art whenever and blah blah. I was like, whenever I get a good idea, I'll do it. Like, I just don't have any good ideas right now. And I was like, to feel motivated to, like, get up and write that shit down, I was like, holy shit. And it, like, fired me up. And now I'm like, go, 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 go. Like, so it just takes me a long time to get there. But once I'm going, like, it's go, go, go.
Sometimes
go.
you need a break, you know? And sometimes you have to... After every show, after Ethan and I have our shows, we take, like, 3 or 4 months off from making anything. Like, it's so hard to be like, dude, that post-show depression hits so hard.
Yeah.
I didn't talk to anybody for, like, a week after the show. I was like, oh, man,
yeah.
This sucks.
It's a lot. I bet.
But we seriously didn't make anything for, like, 3 months after the show.
I think I needed to take a break.
It's good. It makes it so much better when you get back into it, you know?
It sounds like backwards. Like, if you love it so much, like, why would it be good to take a break? But... I don't know, I'm going to sound like a fucking philosopher or whatever. But it's like,
Do it.
You can't have the good stuff without the bad, and, like, everything is a balance, and blah, blah, blah. But, like, I was saying this the other day, too. I've been listening to a lot of Crazy Train lately by Ozzy Osbourne.
Like, just the song?
Yes.
Okay.
Like, over and over and over and over again. I love that song. It's awesome. It's
sweet.
So good. It's such a good song. But so it starts off like that, and then there's like the build up with like the cool heavy guitar, and then it's this like music, or it's like a movie moment journey where it's like real positive, but then it goes back to the hard, like, and dude, it's
it
like
switches hard, dude.
Because when you're having that like very positive sounding like what's it called, like a verse
Yeah.
And then it goes to like the chorus, which is like much deeper and much more aggressive. It makes the chorus so much better because of the comparison.
Of the switch.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So then, and that's like a tiny little example, and that was just an excuse for me to like bring up that song. But it really, like, everything, balance makes everything so much better. And then me, like, you can't have, if it was daytime all the time, we wouldn't care about the sun. You know what I mean? But when the sun comes up in the morning, it's beautiful because we went through the nighttime. You know what I mean? Is this making sense?
Yeah.
Like,
only know you love me when you let it go. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah.
Only know you've been high when you're feeling low.
Exactly.
Only miss the sun when it starts to snow.
Exactly.
See?
You always want what you can't.
Only know you love her when you let her go. That song is so good. No, I get you. I feel you.
But
it's important.
Let me try to make it a little more clear. But really, to make it really simple, you can't have good times without the bad times.
Amen.
Or your good times aren't as good without the bad times.
Mm-hmm.
And the bad times give your good times value.
Yeah. Word.
I don't think there's anything anybody could ever say to like prove me wrong for that.
Actually.
Yeah. Because if you just have good
dude.
times all the time and it's all you know is having good times, then you don't care about it.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully these birds aren't disrupting the audio too much.
I think it's beautiful. Maybe it's adding to it.
I think so too.
It's like they're
That's
thinking of like a beautiful garden
Yeah.
in the middle of there's waterfalls, beautiful scenery, trees.
Yeah.
Dude,
Falling asleep.
Dude, these are for all the people that are falling asleep to this right now. I was telling my friends on PlayStation the other day, that would 100% be my WWE walkout song. I bet. That's such a sweet walkout song.
It's like there's a mystery opponent. Who's he gonna fight? Who's it gonna be? It's like quiet for a couple seconds, like,
Mine would be Let Her Go.
Awesome.
Only know you love her. You know, it's like this super like slow.
Yeah.
Everybody's like tearing up.
Yeah.
Only know you've been high when you feel low. That'd be so sweet. I don't know what my walkout song would be. It'd have to be something like super badass.
Something before you. I do want you to actually think of a song for that. So continue that.
Oh yeah. Let's hear your.
Also, I guess I have an interrupting problem.
Mm-hmm.
But also, this is a casual conversation. And
You can interrupt whenever you want, dude.
So, but shit, me saying that stopped me from what I was thinking about. Oh, we talked about that when I said my song would be Crazy Train.
Yeah.
My friend Mandeep was like, he's like, this would be mine. And he starts playing the most like, some song along those lines, or like the YouTube like survey music. It was like,
oh no, dude.
It's like,
yeah, the ad.
Like the most like,
that's so
like,
good.
Slow, like happy song.
It'd be funny,
like,
dude.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
I'm thinking of that video. You know the video where the guy walks out? It's like some local wrestling scene thing where he walks out and he's like, the kid's like asking for an autograph and he turns, he's like, ah! Like
I think I just saw that today.
The kid like starts crying and then he like flips off the baby. Have you seen that?
Oh, someone like that today. It was a little girl, but
he like yells in this kid's face that wants an autograph.
It was
and
like,
the kid
wrestling's fake. Then explain this.
And he like goes to his dad, starts crying, and then he turns around. He turns around and like flips off a baby. It's so funny, dude.
This podcast. What I was actually gonna say earlier was this podcast has been so all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
Which is what I think makes it so
good.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Dude, you're just like Joe Rogan, for real.
That's what Caleb said.
Did he actually?
Yeah.
No way.
Proves you didn't listen to the full episode.
Dude, I love JRE. So. I guess I missed that.
Honestly, the Joe Rogan experience is
good.
Kind of what inspired me to start my own podcast.
Good.
I was listening to it and I was like, dude, if I'm going on my drive home and I'm like, I feel like I'm part of this conversation, even though this was recorded years ago.
He's so good at communicating.
I was like, I want to create that for somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I want to create that environment where somebody feels like they're in one of these chairs with us, having a beer, laughing.
That's so
even
cool.
though they might be in a total different place. Like, that's really my driving force for creating this. So, I know some people might see Joe Rogan as pretty controversial, and I don't know if me being on his side or whatever makes me a shitty person or whatever the fuck. But
I don't think you have to support his views and what he believes politically to understand that he is insanely good
host.
Yes, he's insanely good at communicating. It's he gets people to say the most like unhinged, like seriously.
Yeah,
dude, I love JRE. I think it's really cool.
Yeah. And he made it, and he just kept doing it. And he said like he got a lot of shit for just doing this silly, stupid little podcast, and that nobody's listening to.
Now it's like the number one podcast, dude. It's every day. He posted like every other day.
Every weekday, I think.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Something. It's great. And they're like huge guests. I
That's
love, awesome. And some of them are like 4 hours long.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that is so cool. My favorite artist is David Cho. And I'm sure you've seen, I don't know if you've seen his episode with, dude.
Bits and pieces of it.
There's like 2 or 3 of them. And dude, so beautiful because they're just like normal people. Like I love hearing
like they're just talking.
It's so nice. I love podcasts. That's why I love. This is my first podcast. That's why I love like that you asked me to be here. Seriously.
Yeah, we can talk about whatever we want.
Like boobs. We can talk about boobs, sex.
Dude, seriously, stop.
Okay, I crossed the line. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cross the line. We talked about this before the podcast.
Dude, I said nothing.
No boobs!
Of the people outside, because the window's open, they're like, what? No
Dude,
boobs!
Somebody say boobs!
Also, sorry, my foot just touched your
Dude,
leg.
so you can touch my leg with your foot.
This is my first podcast episode where I'm not wearing socks.
No way?
Yeah.
Wait, let me see. Put them on the table. Dude, you have nice feet. You know that?
Really?
No,
I've
like, not trying to be sus, but you have, like, normal-looking feet.
What makes nice feet?
You know, like, there's a lot of people that have, like, really messed up toes that, like, curl in and, like... I have, like, really big gaps between my feet.
Just like this.
Yeah, it looks like I'm, like, grabbing something every time I walk. I'm, like, grabbing the ground. Dude, you have normal-shaped feet. Pretty nice.
Do you shave your feet?
No, I'm rocking the knuckle hair.
Dude, you gotta get on that.
You think so? I need to.
What if you go to the beach?
You're right. I just
let all this fucking hair in your feet.
I just let it go. You know, like I have hairy hands. You know, do you have hairy hands? only know you love it when you let it go. I don't want to miss it that way. You know, my toe knuckle hair, dude. Oh, dude. I love saying toe knuckle. It's so funny. Do you shave your hands?
No, but should I? Do you?
No, dude. Look at my hands. My hands are so hairy. It like goes up all the way to my knuckles.
Oh hell no!
Man, shave those. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go home and shave my knuckles, dude. Every time I think of like toe knuckles, I think of like Knuckles from Sonic.
Sonic, he's awesome, dude.
I don't know why.
Sonic is awesome.
Sonic's pretty cool.
I used to draw Sonic characters as a kid.
I think that's like a trait of autism, though. I think it might be. Dude, there's like a neurodivergent, something about being neurodivergent or like on the spectrum where like you either love Sonic or you love Elvis Presley. You know what I'm saying? It's so real.
I was going to turn that so positive.
Yeah, I just derailed it. I'm sorry.
Dude.
But it makes sense because Sonic's so cool.
He's so awesome.
He looks cool, too.
He's so fast.
He's so fast. The other day I found out that Tails... Do you know what his real name is?
Miles per hour.
Yeah, miles per hour.
Miles per hour.
I didn't understand what that was, and
I
saw
for a long time. I was this days old.
It's genius.
I was like, holy shit!
He's a genius.
Miles per hour.
Miles per hour. Miles per hour.
I think Shadow's name might be something similar too. Like it's like a
Jeffree Star.
Do you want to hear a funny joke?
Jeffree Star.
So hold on, I gotta think of it. Fuck.
Take your time.
It's like a bug.
A stick bug. Ladybug. Stink bug.
A stink bug almost got into my room earlier.
Oh.
That would have been bad. I closed the window. I said, fuck you! Fuck you!
Ooh, nice.
Okay, let's pretend that I saw this on the Bad Friends podcast earlier today with
Bobby Lee.
He's the one who told the joke, and he heard it from... This is like a game of telephone, basically.
Okay, cool.
Let's pretend... In case this isn't it, I think it's called the Grasshopper. There's like an alcoholic mixed drink called like the Grasshopper.
Okay.
So it's like, for context. So a grasshopper this is a joke. A grasshopper walks into a bar and the bartender goes, yo, you know we have a drink named after you, right? And he said, "You have a drink named Jeff?"
That's so like. I'm thinking of Bobby Lee saying that.
Yeah. They both start laughing like super hard.
He always does that like Chinese accent, dude. That I'm not gonna replicate on this podcast.
That would be problematic.
That would be problematic, and I wouldn't do that.
That would just be bad. And
yeah, that would be super bad.
I don't want to be associated with something like that, so please don't do that.
And I don't want to be the first person to use a racially insensitive accent on your podcast.
Yeah, if anyone's going to do it, it's going to be me.
It's going to be me, dude. It's going to be me, buddy.
You're not going to steal my thunder on the Zach Winger show.
Dude, that's crazy.
JK, I'm never going to do that.
Yeah, he's never going to do that. I know Zach, and he's not the type of guy to do that.
I actually remember when you saved all those kids from that burning building.
No, I remember that, and you gave me $4,000 just because... I didn't even know you had money. It was crazy. I didn't even know you had money like that. And it was like he busted open his life savings, his piggy bank, just to give me $4,000.
I mean, you saved all his kids, so you deserved it.
Yeah.
He's a great guy.
I guess I am a great guy, huh? Can we just like admit to it? I guess I am a great guy, huh?
Some would say that.
No, you are a great guy, though. I'll say it.
Shut up, dude.
I'm breaking the bit.
You're so positive all the time.
This pisses me off. That's like your intro. You're like, everybody's so happy all the time. It pisses me off.
It's so good. The part I love about it the most is like the build up right before he says, "I'm going off the rails on a crazy train." Right before that, it's like,
that's good.
It's so
I like the verse.
Good. It's so good.
It's not too late to learn how to love and forget how to hate.
It's so good. I just found out yesterday Ozzy Osbourne is in that band also.
Black Sabbath.
Yeah. I was like, what?
Yeah, that's where you
But
started.
I'm kind of out of the loop of like rock music.
Hey, Black Sabbath is amazing.
Maybe
Very good.
listen.
You should. Listen to War Pigs. You definitely heard that song.
I've heard Iron Man. And I was like, this dude sounds a lot like Ozzy Osbourne.
Yeah, it's hard to miss his voice.
Oh.
You probably heard War Pigs.
Can you sing?
In their masses.
Oh, yeah.
Just like witches at black masses. All down. You know that song?
I do, actually.
Did I sound like Ozzy Osbourne?
I think so, actually.
Do you see where he like
Bit of
bat head? Yeah. He's like, dude, he's
going off the rails.
He's going off the rails, dude.
I don't think you understand what that means.
I don't think you're really looking into it as deep as I am.
Going off the
Rails
on a crazy train. Like, so he's already
like
he's already on the crazy train.
The crazy train,
which is already crazy.
So that means he's getting back to
he's
reality.
Going off. No. He's going off the rails on a crazy.
So he's
train.
going even crazier.
Even crazier.
What?
I just mansplained crazy train.
Well, maybe you're looking at it wrong. You know, maybe he's on the crazy train and then they're going off the rails,
going back to normal.
You're going back to normal, and he's not on the crazy tracks anymore for the crazy train.
Oh my God, he took control of his own.
Now he's in Philadelphia instead of the crazy tracks. Think about
Philadelphia.
Philly. You know, that's where people grow.
What?
I don't know anything about
really?
Philly. That's the first city I think of. Meek Mill is from Philadelphia.
He is, and he put French fries on his leg in the pool.
I didn't know that.
You haven't seen that?
Nope.
He's sitting on the edge of the pool, like dipping his feet in the water. He's got French fries like on his thigh.
That's so dumb. Okay, Meek Mill.
Awesome. Yeah, living his best life. Hey, that's what life is all about.
I guess if he's
we're off the rails on a crazy train.
Dude, he's been in jail like 20 times.
So awesome.
Free him.
Cool.
Free him. He's already free, but free him for sure.
See
that's crazy.
Weird shit he was doing with
Diddy! The freak offs?
I actually wasn't gonna say that. Maybe it was him, but somebody else. Oh, is his name Michael Rubin? The rich white guy who has like that party once a year where they wear all white with all the celebrities.
Oh,
he's like, I think his name's Michael Rubin.
Maybe.
I'm pretty sure.
I feel like a lot of rich white
But
celebrities.
either him
coming from a white guy,
or Diddy, or someone else that like has a lot of money, like a lot of power. Like had Diddy and like other rappers like doing all this weird shit like on camera,
like weirder
like
than
they
what
lost,
Diddy normally does.
Like No,
Probably not. Not that weird. I was like, Diddy's already like a freak.
They had they were playing a game of horse or pig or whatever, and Meek Mill lost, and whoever was recording had him do some weird silly little fruity jumping stuff or whatever because he lost. Which Meek Mill would never do some shit like that. Cause
maybe he would. Maybe we don't know.
Maybe, but it was just weird. It's kind of unsettling.
Weird vibes.
Do you have any conspiracy theories?
Dude, I've got plenty of conspiracy theories.
You believe in? Wait, before you go into that, I just saw a really funny Instagram reel today. It was episode 10 of me getting really, really hammered and trying to solve an unsolved mystery. And
that's what we're doing!
It cuts to him super drunk. He's like, all right, this one's about Tupac's murder. It was Diddy. It was some weird shit.
The hard cut 10 minutes in, dude.
It's so funny. But yeah, any conspiracy theories you believe in?
Dude, I wouldn't say I
unsolved mysteries.
I seriously wouldn't believe. I'm not a huge conspiracy theorist. I kind of take everything as it is from face value. Mm-hmm. So I'm like a sheep, I just blend in,
You're just a follower.
I'm a follower. I'm a sheep.
The worst kind of person.
But no, I think Kanye's a clone. I think he's fake. I think he's fake, yeah.
And you actually believe this?
No. But I just it's the funniest one. I just love seeing the videos. They're his tattoo isn't showing in this photo, and that's why he always wears masks on stage, because
Dude, oh my God.
Think about it.
It's real.
Think about it. They think Kanye's a clone. And then he started acting all weird at the Hitler stuff.
Have you ever seen him and his clone in the same room?
No. Have you ever? Maybe. Maybe I have. I haven't seen him in the same room as me, so.
Maybe you're him. Have you ever seen the elephant that's hiding in the tree?
No.
It's because he's really good at hiding.
That's good. That's good. That's good. That's crazy.
So in elementary school.
That was a good one.
In elementary school, there was this one where it was have you ever seen the clown that hides from gay people? They're like, no, I've never seen him. Like, you're gay! You're gay! You're gay! No! Dude, it's
no!
The Grinch.
Yeah, dude, you showed me that video. Dude!
That might be the funniest video I've ever seen.
No!
He's like a Grinch.
He's a Grinch. He's green. No!
He's like a character.
He's a character? No
He's
way.
So fucking cool.
Have you seen a photo of Helen Keller's parents? Have you seen that?
No, I never have.
Neither is she, dude. That's pretty good. So did you like the delivery on that one?
That's pretty good. Also, sorry, we're just going off the rails on a crazy train right now.
Okay.
We're going to do a triple, maybe even quadruple, quintuple bottle cap drop.
Okay. You want to...
Should we drop all at the same time?
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Heck yeah.
3, 2,
you want to count us down?
3.
No, go, all aboard!
All right, right after I finish saying all aboard.
All aboard! That was good. That was a good one. It sounded like Legos.
Yeah. When you take damage in the video game.
Fetch me their souls. That's sweet. Dude. That was the weakest. That was the worst bottle cap. Here. Dude, that was a good one. What's
going to be really funny is when people listen to this and they are not laughing at
all.
They're
going to be like, oh my gosh. Okay.
Hey, as long as
I need to go listen to Joe Rogan.
Yeah, a real podcast.
A real podcast.
My goal with this isn't numbers-wise necessarily. Obviously, I hope it takes off well enough to where I can get sponsors or YouTube money or whatever.
I'll give you money, dude.
Thanks, bro. My goal, I want a beer sponsor of the podcast.
That'd be sick.
That where I could have a little segment and be like, this segment is sponsored by Line and Google.
Who's the dream beer? Is it Summer Shandy?
Summer Shandy. Oh yeah,
there you go.
1000%.
So you gotta shout them out right now. What are we drinking right now, Zach?
Line and Google Summer Shandy.
And it's the best beer in the world?
Oh yeah. Dude,
okay.
1,000,000%. It's actually so good. It's not even summer yet. It feels like summer.
We've already had 12 of them this whole time while we were talking.
12 each.
12 each. Times 2. 24 each.
Good math. Seriously, jokes aside, this is my favorite beer.
It is?
Mm-hmm.
Are
you enjoying it, by the way? I never asked you.
I love it. It's really good.
I feel like that was a joke.
No, it's a really good one.
I love it.
Oh yeah, I love it. No, it's really good. I like it.
Do you taste the lemon?
I do. I do taste the lemon. Feel the rhythm. Feel the
You know what my second favorite is though?
What?
What?
Corona is my number one.
Really?
Yeah.
With a lime?
Yep. Or a Modelo.
Dude,
I like Modelo.
do you know how to do the thumb trick?
No, what's the thumb trick? Oh, popping it in? The lime?
The lime. Well.
And you hold it and then you go like this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not that. I don't know that.
You go like this? You shake it up?
You flip it completely upside down and the lime goes.
What? Oh, man. I'm a visual learner, dude. I just spilled beer.
What should happen is you put your thumb there and it like perfectly clogs the thing, so no beer. Like I'll do it with my summer sandy. Right? Like, do you see how much is in here?
I just got beer everywhere when I do
Look.
that. What?
But then it makes it explode.
Wait, why'd you do that?
So you put the lime in, and then you put your thumb. But when you flip it, the lime goes, but it's upside down.
That's so cool.
And then, because when you put the lime in, normally it'll get stuck in the neck.
Nice.
But if you do the thing, it'll get stuck down here.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then you're not getting lime in your mouth.
That's a smart idea. I've never thought of doing that. I just like literally put my
cousin
finger
taught
over
me
the
that.
top and I shake it up. I don't shake it. I just roll it around. Roll it around, but
dude, Modelo. There's nothing quite like Modelo with
Zach,
the lime.
you're quite the beerologist.
I love beer.
Yeah,
I could talk about beer all day.
Beer's a good.
What does Captain America say? I could do this all day.
I could do this.
I could talk about beer.
Does
all
he
day.
say that? Captain America says that.
I think his thing is I could do this all day. It's like getting this shit kicked out of him. I could do this all day.
I could do this all day, and he goes, "Wow."
Me drinking beer. I could do this all
Dude,
day.
I love all the memes. Have you played Marvel Rivals?
No, once.
It's so fun, dude. I'm addicted.
I'm broken. I'm still on a PS4.
Oh,
so I can't play it.
You got a podcast before you got a PS5, dude.
We got a podcast before we got
Man,
GTA
what
6.
the heck? It's really fun. It's really cool.
I played it once as Venom when my friends came to visit.
All 19 inches of them. 19 inches of Venom.
It was awesome though. I was like swinging up there, and you can do like the slam on the.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's pretty cool. What were you gonna say though?
I was gonna say if you've
I've heard
played
jokes
it or not.
about Captain America.
Well, no, I just hear all the jokes now where it's like, "That's fantastic," but here's the thing. Have you seen those? Yeah, that's the thing.
I don't think I've seen that. That's pretty funny.
There's like a really corny.
But here's the thing.
There's a corny scene from the movie where he's like, "What should we be named? What should our name be?" And then he's like, "Well, there's 4 of us,
and we're fantastic."
Yeah, and then the thing's like, "That's fantastic." and then Miles Teller goes, "Wait, say that again." It's like so corny, dude.
I've seen
That's
that.
fantastic.
Say that again? Yeah,
It's like
funny.
so corny, dude. It's so funny.
Speaking of Miles Teller, you know what movie I also just saw for the first time very recently?
Whiplash.
Yeah.
Really? I love that movie.
It's a great movie.
Did you know he's actually playing in that movie?
Really?
That's him actually playing drums.
Is he rushing or dragging?
He's are you edging or gooning?
I don't know.
Edging or gooning? No.
I don't know.
That movie's beautiful.
So you do know what it means.
The symbol. I love that movie.
It's really great.
I am a drummer.
I was watching. If a movie can make you feel any emotion, then it's done its job. But if it can make you uncomfortable, I think that's pretty powerful.
That movie
too.
makes you really uncomfy.
Oh shit, dude! The one where he's like, right, that scene we're talking about, where he's screaming in his face.
Are you
I was
rushing or dragging?
like, holy fuck! And all the other people in the room are just like watching this happen because they all probably went through that too. But it's like, do you think like a coach or mentor or something like that pushes you that hard is good or bad?
I think it depends on if it's
I think
productive or not.
Mm-hmm.
I think so.
I think
it
it's
can be.
really, really good until it's like more harmful than it is.
I don't think you should be throwing cymbals at people's heads. But I think him yelling and like being hard.
But I think that's what it takes to make something great.
Or to earn respect right away. And I think like I think fearing somebody enough to where you're not like afraid of them or hate them, but in a way that like I respect them, and it's like a good balance of I'm not scared of them and I'm like I don't hate being around them, but I would be really scared to let them down. You know, I think that's a good blend.
Yeah.
Like that's how it was with my basketball coaches when I played in high school. It's like I knew they were really nice and that they like they would yell sometimes, but like that's just you. To be a high school basketball coach, like you have to throw some clipboards and be like, you know, have anger problems. But I always like knew that he would have my back and like be super supportive. But I also knew that like I didn't want to let him down. You know.
Yeah.
And I think that's the perfect like middle point.
I think what it takes for somebody to be great is to push them just enough
Mm-hmm.
to like almost their breaking point.
Mhm,
Which
yeah.
sounds like super fucked up, but like
Sometimes,
to be like a master of your craft, like that really is. If it is something where like you're being like trained by somebody, I feel like because if someone is like, because what's that character's name? The producer, whatever.
J.K. Simmons, like his actual.
Yeah, in real life.
I don't
Or
know
in
what his actual name is.
But the character's name or whatever.
Yeah.
I can't remember, but like someone like him, like he's like a master of his
Mhm.
craft. And he said something about like, if he were to just be like, you're doing good, like to lie to somebody would be like the worst thing you could do.
Yeah.
And like tell somebody that they're doing good when they're not is like the absolute worst thing you could do. So then even if somebody is, but he takes like way too fucking far.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Even if somebody is doing,
But does he? Right, because they end up
That's
being
the question.
amazing. They end up
That's
being
it.
amazing.
Exactly.
You know.
Exactly. So
I think I agree with what you're saying wholeheartedly. I do. I think it's kind of hard. I could never do that. I could never be a. I don't think I really have what it takes to coach somebody like that. Because I think I would just
to be coached like that.
really.
I think I would break too soon.
Mm-hmm.
I would like maybe like 20.
Would you like crash out?
I'd just be like, stop fucking yelling at me all the
Yeah.
time. Like I'm trying to. I don't know. I think there's better ways to tell people like this could still be better. Like even though it's really good, it could still be better. Like it's not perfect. Or
Dude, that's how a
whatever.
lot of like.
But dude, he's just fucking yelling at him and yelling at him and yelling at him. It's like, dude, it's like
Yeah.
unbearable. Like it's hard to watch sometimes.
It makes you really uncomfortable.
Like yeah,
It does. But then at the end, he's like supportive.
But then yeah, it's like,
and then you're like, but then even the viewer, like you never expect him to compliment him. So whenever he does at the end, you're like, wow.
I was like, oh shit.
Like
yeah.
I understand it.
It was
Like,
all
I understand it now. But like
I understand.
seriously, like I think he does such a good job. J.K. Simmons is an amazing actor. Like that's such a cool role.
Mm-hmm.
And he bodied that role.
Oh
dude.
yeah.
He did. So did Miles Teller. Like
Miles Teller's a great actor.
that movie is beautiful. I love that movie. Just as a drummer, like growing up, I was like, this is so cool, man. This is so sweet.
You're not a drummer, bro.
I'm not. Yeah, just
not.
give it up, dude. I've never been
You just
yelled
lied
at.
on the podcast.
I just lied. Yeah. I used to play like in a jazz, like a
Hey,
smaller.
can you quit doing that?
Oh yeah, can you guys hear this? This is me giving Zach back shots.
You see my little skinny beer belly?
Let me show you how to. You don't have a beer.
I'm really
belly.
skinny.
Dude, you're
person,
snatched.
But I do cut. Well, I'm sticking it out on purpose right now. But how do you do this? Do you have an innie?
No, yeah, I have an innie.
Do I?
Yeah.
What is this? Was this an innie? Let
Ooh.
me see this.
Why do you have two of them?
Is it a mixie?
Why do you have like two belly buttons? We're so-
Stop! You're not supposed to say that.
Dude, why does your hair only grow like inside your belly button? Oh my god. No, that's so bad. Dude, let me show you this one.
It's so loud.
The mic's like peeking. Dude. It's good, dude.
The visual of that is so fucking funny. Like
Yeah, me just
there with your shirt off.
slapping my stomach. I'm like, it's like, dude, it's crazy.
It's so loud.
I learned I could do it, and my girlfriend has not. Dude, I do it all the time.
Stop.
Stop!
She's trying to fall asleep.
It's so bad, dude.
It's really loud. If you guys
I
can't,
can do it through the shirt. You know that? I've never been able to do that.
if you can't tell, it's him slapping his belly button.
It's me slapping my belly
super
button.
loud.
It's crazy. It's breaking the sound barrier.
Okay,
cool.
listen to this.
Okay, I'm listening.
What's faster? Okay, I don't know why I said listen to this. I have a question for you.
Me, I am. It's me.
What is faster, the speed of light or the speed of sound? And why? Do you know? I'm actually asking.
Speed of sound.
I think I know the answer. I just need to think about it.
Is it the speed of sound? I don't know the answer.
Well, think about thunder and lightning. It's the same thing, but what happens?
Speed of light. No, speed of sound. Sound because the thunder happens before the... Wait, no. The lightning happens before the thunder.
And how do you know that?
Because it tells you how far
Because
away
of
the...
Cars, Disney Pixar Cars.
Oh,
It
I
said-
just knew that.
Because Lightning
because of-
McQueen said, and you know what always comes after lightning?
He says that?
Comes after, you know what I mean? 'Cause
Dude, he has
lightning-
an aura.
Dude,
He's aura farming. He was aura farming in that scene, dude. He says that?
Mm-hmm.
That's what he says in the...
It's back. I said it backwards. He says, well, thunder always comes after lightning.
He says that?
Yeah.
I love, like... But he said that, though. Like, he said that in the movie?
He said it.
He did not tell me he was going to say that in the movie.
Well, he told me.
Did you know we used to be boys?
Like, I actually have his number.
No.
I heard he blocked your number.
I know. We had fallen out. Stupid.
Well, he posted that picture with Chick Hicks.
Well, there's something... Doc Hudson. Dude, I have beef with Doc Hudson. I hate that guy.
He's just so happy.
He's just so happy. He's the opposite, dude. That guy's a frowner. Dude, I hate Doc Hudson.
Why? He won 3 Piston Cups.
Yeah.
In a row.
The what? Piston... Who pissed in the cup? You did what in his cup? Nah, dude.
We have lost all form of,
I love it, dude.
Clear communication on this podcast.
You know who I do hate? You know, I'm gonna say this on the podcast for the first time ever. Dude, Stuart Little. Okay? Imagine this. Set the scene.
I fucking hate Stuart Little.
Set the scene, okay?
I hate him too, by the way.
Set the scene.
Go ahead.
You're in an orphanage. Okay? You've been dying to get adopted. Like, you're just sitting there, you've waited, and there's a family that finally is interested in you. They're like, oh my gosh, you're so sweet. Like, I think we want to pick this, this little boy, little girl, whatever you are, okay? Or little non-binary, or whatever you are, And you're being selected, and then out of nowhere they go,
a little fuck. Go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah,
I got a little ahead of myself.
And then they go, actually, we want the rat. This rat that isn't in the orphanage that just snuck in the room. Like, we're going to take the rat instead. And then we're going to put him in a little RC car. We're going to drive him around our house. Oh, my fucking
God. And then you go to park your fucking car. You think there's an open parking spot?
And there's a mouse.
A fucking little fucking
a little
red car
stupid mouse.
taking up the parking spot.
Yes, dude.
I fucking hate Stuart.
Imagine you just left in an orphanage because they, like, decided the rat was way cooler than you. The one that just scurried in front of you. Like a little idiot.
I hate him.
I hate Stuart Little, dude.
Have you read that whole thing?
Yeah, dude.
It's so funny.
And then I agree. That's my conspiracy. You read my work? Yeah. Like, I wrote it, dude.
Dude, I really want to meet the person who wrote that.
Yeah, he's like, I hate Stuart Little.
He's like, he fucked my wife and blah, 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 he took my kids. He's like, I think the end of it is so funny. He's like, I can't wait till the day I find the little white demon that ruined my life. And I'm like, dude, it's so funny.
I hate you. It's just funny having like insane hatred towards a cartoon character.
It goes on and on and on.
What's the funniest cartoon character to have beef with? I just be like, dude,
that's a great question.
Guy. Dude, I hate that guy.
Someone who's happy all the time.
Yeah, dude. I just hate everybody who's happy anyways.
It's just fucking annoying.
It's so annoying. Why don't you grow up and be realistic like everybody else?
Just be sad.
Just listen to Juice WRLD like everybody else, dude. Come on. No,
I'm trying to think of who's... You said the funniest
to be like, dude, I hate this guy.
Stuart Little.
Like to talk about them like they're a real person.
Stuart Little's up there. That's a funny one.
I think Doc Hudson's pretty funny. or what's the Fillmore?
Oh
like
my
the
God.
big like van.
Somebody who like does not deserve it.
Dude, I
Fillmore's
hate.
so chill.
He is chill. He's a chiller.
Is
he your next guest?
Smoking weed. I actually was planning on having Fillmore on
next week.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a spoiler? Were you not supposed to say that?
Yeah, and you kind of ruined it.
I'm sorry. And then Rey Mysterio the week after, right?
Dude, that's like a dream episode right there.
Tag team? Dream blunt rotation right there. Rey Mysterio and Fillmore from Cards.
Dude.
Who is it, though? Who's your character? Mine would be like...
I'm trying to think of like the goofiest, like, least problematic character.
Baljeet or something. No, that's like too basic.
Shit.
I don't know.
You gotta meet my friend Robert. He's a big Phineas and Ferb fan.
He's probably the only person I've ever heard you say,
like...
huge...
Like, he knows the whole first episode by word.
What? No way!
Yeah, like, word for word.
Everybody watches Phineas and Ferb, and I've never met, like, a Phineas and Ferb fan.
He loves it.
That's crazy.
I don't think he, like, sits and watches it consistently. It might be, like, a bit of a joke. But he, like...
It has to be.
He at least pretends, like, he fucking loves it.
That's so goofy.
But he knows the whole first episode... like off the top of his head.
Sounds like a cool guy.
He's hilarious.
Sounds like
you gotta meet him.
Funny fellow.
Next time he's here, you gotta meet him. He's so funny.
Yeah, we're the funny brothers right now. Me and you. We're the funny brothers. It's us. We're just the goofy guys. Yep. Change the podcast. Yep. Change the name.
Goofy Guys Podcast.
Goofy Guys Podcast. Funny Brothers Podcast.
You know, people. have told me we look a little bit similar.
Me and you?
Sometimes.
I hope so. You're sexy. You're good looking.
You're sexy.
Dude, come on. Bro, kiss me right now.
Bro, we're spinning on it right
hold
now.
Hold on.
On.
I can see it though. We both have brown hair.
Stashes.
We both have mustaches. We both are incredibly good looking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Can we do an ASMR segment?
We can.
This segment is presented to you by...
Leinen.
Try. Give it a try. Give it a try.
Leinen Lugels.
No.
Leinen Lugel.
Nope.
Lugen Luggen.
Nope. It's not an L.
Leinen you.
Nope.
How do you say Leinen?
Nope. Well, yes.
Is that not an L?
Nope.
Leinen. What is that? Pugel? Is that a P?
No. I'm not gonna tell you. Get it? I actually
Leinen.
guess this.
It looks like there's an I and then a U. Is that right?
No.
P-U.
No.
That's not an I?
No.
Wait, is that a W?
No. You're getting further and further.
That's not an L.
It's close in the alphabet to L, like in order. It's right around there.
M?
No.
Am I too?
K. It's a K.
K. That's a K? Leinenkugel?
Yes.
That's how you say it?
Yeah. I think
That's a K?
cursive.
Leinenkugel Summer Shandy.
There's something so funny to me about talking at the same time.
Yeah. Summer Shandy. Oh, that's cool.
Alright, can we do the close our eyes and clap thing?
Are you ready? Oh wait, I did it too early. Okay, ready?
Are we locked in?
We're locked in.
Holy shit!
That was sick.
That was actually good.
Sick. I closed my eyes too. I didn't cheat.
Did you really?
I didn't cheat.
You did. I feel like you didn't close your eyes.
No, I did. I closed my eyes. I didn't cheat. I promise. I did not cheat.
I feel like you actually didn't. You did close your eyes because I went like that. I did a fake clap, and I feel like you probably would have.
Yeah, I didn't look.
Unless you're just a really great liar.
No,
I
I'm
know.
So.
So.
I've never lied in my life.
Me either.
Ever once. I've never done it once.
I don't even know what that means.
Except one time I said I was broke to my friend. I lied.
Did you see the new money spread that got unlocked?
What?
Right
What is that sentence? What are you talking about?
You ride on a skateboard with all your money, and as you're riding, you go, and it creates a line of all your money.
On the ground?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I seen it the other day. It was awesome.
I'll do it. Because I've just got so much money. And I have a skateboard, yeah.
ASMR segment is brought to you by Leinenkugel Summer Shandy.
I got this. You want me to start off?
The audio
The
waves
mic
go-
is speaking. Shandy.
If you're falling asleep to this portion. I hate listening to ASMR, and it's... Well, I don't listen to it.
I love
ever.
ASMR.
Do you actually?
Yeah, I do.
Really?
I love ASMR.
I hate when they're talking and you can...
You
hear
the
their
mouth
lips smacking.
Oh,
Dude,
that's my
it's
favorite
fucking
part.
gross. I hate
It's my
it. Are you
favorite
serious?
part, dude. I'm a freak. I love it, dude.
It's the
I love.
worst.
I'm really into like keyboard typing ASMR. Like people just like typing on keyboards.
That's not so bad.
I was born to be in a 9 to 5. What can I say? I don't know. I like that sound, or like this. And then put your nails on the. Ready? You can't tell Zach's asleep right now. He fell asleep.
This is mine.
This is mine.
Oh my god. It literally went all the way up to the...
They were asleep. And then I just woke them up.
Yeah.
That's so sweet. That's so cool.
That's funny. All right, we're at a good amount of time. So, since we've been off the rails on a crazy train, I do want to end... We'll gather back, collect ourselves for a little bit.
Okay.
And I want to end this. I want to end every single episode. Before I get into that, I don't know if you can tell by how this has gone so far, but this is my second episode not having any like notes or like key like talking points or anything. Because I feel like it's better to just go for it.
Absolutely.
And I think it's been pretty successful.
I like it. I think it's been good.
It's been like all fucking over the place. Which again, I think most listeners will be like, "Can you stop spilling beer?"
I'm so sorry. It's my third time.
I think most podcast listeners would be like, "Dude, I can't even listen to this because it's like they just can't stick on a point."
But I always love that, dude.
But I love it. It's so funny. I think it's interesting.
I love that when I listen to a podcast.
Plus, we're artists, and that's artist brain.
And we're just so artsy and so
we're
cool.
better than everyone else. And
I like to hold my chin when I walk through an art gallery.
Like
and
this?
Yeah, I hold my chin. Yeah, like one of these, like I'm thinking.
That is good.
Bro thinks he's the thinker.
Just like the picture of Peter Griffin.
Yeah, dude.
The thinker.
No, but continue. What were you saying about the notes?
So the last thing I want to end on is, for every episode, is... Oh, well, about the notes is that the first 2 episodes I had, like, key things I want to talk about. But, yeah, I'd rather just, like, go for it. I think it's a little more authentic. But at the end, I want my ending segment to be advice for whoever might be listening. So I can go first, or you can go first, or whoever. But if you have any advice,
you can. I want to hear your thoughts first. If you'd like to go.
My advice for a listener would be, if I want to make it different than my last few, and my go-to piece of advice is to slow down and enjoy the little things. But I do have a different one for today. Is to tell people you love them. Because it's not as weird as you think it is. I don't think people get told I love you enough. I think it's one of, if not the best thing that anybody could ever tell you. It's not too much. It's not weird to tell somebody that you love them out of nowhere for no reason, or whatever the situation might be. Normalize telling people you love them. Normalize being told I love you. Spread love. Spread joy. Spread positivity. That's my advice.
It's beautiful. No, I agree. I spent most of my life growing up. I was really awkward and really like funny, and I spent a lot of my life being the funny guy that would, and I found a lot of joy in making my friends laugh, just kind of goofing off. But then I got to a point where I realized that most of the people that I loved in my life, I never had one conversation where I sat down and told them what they meant to me. And I think that's really good advice, because now I feel like I'm making up for all the time that I never just sat down. And you're kids, you grow up, you don't really think about having those conversations, but like, even like sitting down with you and saying that like, I am so blessed and honored that you asked me to be here. Like I was ecstatic whenever I got the text, like, I think that's so important. What you just said, telling people that you love them, telling people that you enjoy being around them. Because like, think about how often people tell you that, how often do you get told that? Like it's very rare, but whenever they do, like it means a lot.
You'll remember it forever.
Yeah, dude. And even if it's somebody you don't know, even if it's somebody you barely know, like if you enjoy your time with them, just tell them.
You can tell someone you just met. You love them.
Be like, I really like this conversation. I love you. Yeah. I love you, Zach.
Exactly
I do.
I love you, bro.
I love you. That's good advice.
Don't
waste your time. Don't waste your time. Tell your friends that you love them, and anybody, the grandma, the lady that works at CVS, anyone.
Did you tell her?
I did not.
Go back there.
I took a poop in their bathroom and then I left.
When you go back there, you better tell her.
Maybe I will. I'm coming for you.
That's fine. What's your advice for whoever might be listening?
My advice is, I almost spilled my drink again. I think besides the being useful thing, I think that's really important. Like, just focus on being useful to other people. You're never above helping somebody. You're never above, you're never above anything, really. We don't deserve anything. I think the idea of deserving anything is kind of backwards, We should be grateful that we even have the chance to have friends and the chance to experience life and the chance to experience anything. It's a gift. But I think my big advice would be for like artists. would be that think of your art more as who you are, and less about what you make. Because I think anybody can make art, anybody can be a master, technically, at their medium. You could be amazing, you could be the best painter in the world, and it's like there's already a million good painters, right? The only thing that makes you unique and sets you apart is who you are. And I'm grateful that so many people showed up to Ethan and I's show because it showed that they loved us, And it's like nobody's going to care about what you put on a wall until they care about you.
Exactly.
So I think going back to what you said, like telling people that you love them, keeping in contact with these people, like checking up on them, remembering things, is your art. Really. I think talking on a podcast, having this conversation is art.
I see the podcast as an art form.
Yeah.
100%.
I agree. And that's why I'm proud of you. I think it's really cool. I think you're doing something big.
Thank you.
But yeah, that's my advice.
Nice.
Your
awesome.
art is who you are,
beautiful.
not what you make.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah! On the board! Down now. Can I just break a beer bottle?
Oh my god, that was awesome.
Dude, I've really enjoyed being on this podcast.
I've enjoyed it too.
You set a good environment. It's nice.
Thanks.
You made me very comfortable. It's
I try.
nice.
That's the goal.
I don't know if it's the beers or if it's
Some liquid
you.
courage.
I think it was a good. I've had a
Both
great
of
time.
us. I think it's a good 1-2 combo.
Yeah, dude.
Me and some beer.
You and some beer. Yeah, this is sweet.
Thanks.
This is cool. I
This
love
won't
what
be
you're
the
doing.
last time.
Better not be.
Well, it's a good excuse to hang out too. So
Yeah.
if nothing else,
Yeah. Well, if you ever need me to come and talk, I would love to talk again.
I will absolutely.
Well,
This will not be the
after
last time.
Fillmore and Rey Mysterio and Barack Obama was after, right?
He's already been on.
Oh, he was on. Man, I'm behind.
But I'll probably have him back. So
Sometime. Yeah. Yeah, dude, that's a good idea.
Well, thanks for joining me. Thanks for having some Lion and Kugel Summer Shandy with me, the unofficial sponsor of this episode. And I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day, and I hope you people listening are either asleep and having the best sleep of your life, or made it this far and had a good time. I hope you laughed once.
I laughed.
Listening to this podcast.
I laughed a couple times.
I would laugh. I laughed a lot. So.
I would laugh. Yeah. How do you like to end it? What do you do?
Usually end in the advice and then kind of.
Do you just hard cut? Do you just end it? Or?
No, I'll say like goodbye. But
Okay. Here, I'll let you.
all right, let's do a quick 1 second each advice. Basically, what we said, really
Cool,
short,
cool.
and then we'll end.
Cool.
All right, guys, we're gonna go, but make sure you tell all your friends that you love them today.
And remember that the art is who you are and not what you make.
Yes.
I love you.
I love you. Bye.
Bye.